The long minute. Oh hey, didn't see you there. Welcome to another long minute. I'm Jeremy Long. Today I've just been sitting at the whiteboard thinking how eloquently my music teacher explained to me what he called the musical spark of life. Or kind of, where does Western harmony come from? Well, here again, I use the C major scale to kind of explain what's going on here. Notice I broke it up in groups of 4 this time. Still same C major scale, but this is called the tetrachord. Tetra meaning 4. And you got it, groups of 4 notes, right? We just broke it up a little bit and we have the root again on the end. It's important to note the intervallic makeup, meaning jumping from the C to D. How big of a step is that? And from D to E, and from E to F, and so on. Even our connecting tetrachords, F to G, G to A to B, B to C. Now, what do I mean intervallically? Is it a whole step or a half step? Well, we can go look on the piano. So, of course, we noted that from C to D is a whole step. From D to E was also a whole step. But then from E to F, it was a half step. And then from tetrachord, F to G, it was a whole step. And G to A was another whole step. A to B was a whole step. B to C, finally, we have our other half step. So the formula now, the interval formula, is whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. Now I'll explain why that's going to be important, because we're going to start now with this tetrachord and kind of invert it, if you will. So starting with the G, well, let's actually write our formula down here so we don't forget it. All right, whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. We're going to keep this tetrachord, but we're going to continue it. So I'm going to just write it here again. G, A, B, and C. Now, to continue, we need a D. E, F, and a G again to complete it, right? So now we're going from G to G with 2 tetrachords, and we need to plug in this formula now. So now we've got G to A, and it's a whole. A to B, and it's a whole. B to C, we have our first half. The jump, as expected, was a whole. C to D, D to E, whole. E to F. That is supposed to be a whole, but it's not. So we're going to have to raise that and make it F sharp. And now we have what is called an accidental. That's why we're out of the key of C now. Well, first of all, we started with a new note. But to make this formula work, we needed a whole step here. And so we had to sharp that. And then it'll work out, because from F sharp to G, it is a half step. So it works out. Whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. would continue this, using this formula, we'd start again on this tetrachord. See, this was the tetrachord here, and this is the tetrachord here. And we're going to get rid of this one, and we're going to do this starting on D again. I had to make this F sharp though, right? Because that's how the D tetrachord is starting now. Next tetrachord. Okay, that doesn't seem right. So let's plug in our formula. We need going from D to D, it needs to be a whole, and it is. E to F sharp needs to be a whole, and it is. F sharp to G needs to be a half, and it is. G to A, connecting the two tetrachords, is supposed to be a whole step, and it is. A to B is supposed to be another whole step. B to C is supposed to be a whole step, but we know B to C on the keyboard is not. So we're going to have to raise this C sharp. Raise the C to a C sharp, making it a whole step. And then finally from a C sharp to a D is a half step. And it completes the formula. Whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. And we would do this until we go through all 12 keys. And that is the musical spark of life. The long